What's going on, eyes? Let me try that one more time. What's going on, eyes? Hell, I don't know, that could be my new thing. What's going on, guys? Justin here at the Vapor Vice. Just wanted to talk to you about something that honestly, every time I hear it, I kind of cringe a little. For the simple fact is, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. But I will preface this video with, this is just subjective for me. This is my own personal experiences using many different dual 18650 mods. And I just wanted to kind of throw this by you guys, see what you think about it. So, you know, after this video's over, go ahead and throw your comments in the comment section below, and let's get this discussion started. But for the purposes of today's video, I'm going to be discussing a mod that I currently own and that I currently love, and a mod that I owned for about 2 weeks. And that is the Voopoo drag and the Smoant Cylon. Now, for, again, you know, the sake of this video, just to be completely fair and honest, not necessarily, you know, that I would lie about this, but just to kind of have a little bit of control, you know, to eliminate variables. My daily banger is the Kinsey tank, and for about the last month, I've had the same build in here. It's a 0.11 dual Clapton, dual coil build, and I normally vape it at around 60 watts. Now, that doesn't matter what device I'm using. You know, I could use the SX Mini Q class, the G class, the Cylon, the drag. I'm going to vape this at 60 watts. To me, that's perfect for me. And it still hits great, even at a 0.11. You know, you would think you'd have to run this at 90, 100, 120 watts. No, 60 watts. Hits great. Now on to the meat and veg of this video. And as a matter of fact, I just heard this again early last week. A gentleman came in. He wanted to know what the highest powered dual 18650 mod that we had was. And so I was pulling out a couple of different ones, and the Cylon was honestly one of them. And I asked him, I said, well, what wattage are you vaping at? Anywhere in between 60 to 70 watts, so similar to what I'm at, you know, 60 watts. And his reasoning was that he had to buy the most powerful, you know, the highest max wattage device he could that was a dual 18650, you know, even vaping at, you know, 60 to 70 watts. So he's using a lower percentage of the wattage for maximum battery life. And I cringed. Because again, you know, I have experiences with both of these, and I absolutely love the drag mod. It's fantastic. As I knock over the Cylon. But, you know, like I said, I did use this for about 2 weeks. The pros on this one for me, all subjective, okay? The pros for the Cylon, as far as I am concerned, is it's solid. It is well constructed. Smoant is known for building great devices. You know, I've never seen, you know, like some other bigger vaping companies, not going to say names, but they make like the Alien mod, the G-Priv, things of that nature, that just crank out these devices all day with the cheapest materials possible. So you're not going to get a mod from them that lasts a while. With this one, again, I only used it for 2 weeks, but with this one, I feel that it would last me 2 years. You know, it's well constructed. You know, no issues, no nothing. It's just well constructed. Good clicky button too, which I love. You know, it's the same with the drag. But my issue with these two was battery life. Now, for the sake of this video, the Voopoo drag only goes up to 157 watts. The Cylon goes up to 218. So with his logic, I should get far superior battery life out of the Cylon versus this drag. And that is not the case. That was not the case at all. In fact, when I had my first drag, and pardon me, when I had my first drag, I put that mod through hell. I mean, it had road rash. I was dropping it on concrete, knocking it off the counter here at the shop. It was just insane. You know, I was a little rough with it. It was no fault of the mod itself. I was just extremely rough with it. I'm rough with all my stuff. So it finally went out on me. So that's when I picked up the Cylon. I'm like, I really kind of like it. Reminds me of the SX Mini G-Class, especially with the center-mounted 510 and all that stuff. It just kind of reminded me of a cheaper version of the G-Class. So I picked it up. Used it for 2 weeks. Got another drag mod. I couldn't continue to use this one. Again, my only gripe was, you know, between these two was the battery life of the Cylon. With the drag, even the first one that I had, and then moving on to this one now, you know, a 0.11 build at 60 watts all day long on the same set of batteries. You know, if before I leave to come to work here, if I throw in a freshly charged set of batteries, I'm good until I go to bed tonight. You know, no issues at all. I don't have to plug it in. I don't have to swap my batteries out. With the Cylon, I had to carry around my battery charger and an extra set of batteries because I was easily swapping these batteries out 2 to 3 times a day. You know, same vaping habits. I vape a lot too. I vape a lot. I mean, you're talking about blowing through a 60 mil in 2 days. I vape a lot. These things get a lot of usage from me. And to be able to go an entire day, you know, with that kind of a vaping habit on this kind of a build, you know, it's a dual Clapton, dual coil setup inside this Kinsey. That to me speaks volumes. That's amazing. But then taking the same tank, using it at the same wattage on a different device and having to change my batteries out 2 to 3 times a day, that drove me absolutely insane. I didn't want to deal with that anymore, so that's when I picked up another drag mod. And I'm back to my old, you know, I can throw a freshly charged set of batteries when I wake up and be fine until I go to bed. But so yeah, even by that logic alone, you know, from his logic, I should be able to get better battery life out of this. And again, that just didn't happen. Things you need to look out for. Again, once again, this is just from my personal usage and experiences with many different devices. Just something to look out for. It has nothing to do with the overall max wattage of the device. You know, so the whole thing about you have to lower your percentage of the overall wattage, you know, to get better battery life, that's not accurate. Things to look out for is, like, the drag mod has a very simple display. Super simple. Monochrome, you know, just has basic, you know, information, your resistance, your wattage, your voltage, and it's got a little battery meter on it. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing fancy about it at all. Very simplistic. But with the Cylon, it has a full color display. It has like a clock function that runs in the background and stuff like that. So that just tears into your battery life. You know, even I lowered the screen timeout down to the lowest, which I want to say was 10 seconds. And I had the screen brightness down as low as it could possibly go. And I was still just blowing through my batteries. So yeah, just things like that is what you have to look out for. So if you're looking to maximize your battery life with a dual 18650 mod, stay away from full color displays. You know, that's just going to murder your stuff. You know, again, you got a 218 watt Cylon versus a 157 watt drag mod. And the drag mod wins every time. So that's all I got, guys. Please, down in the comment section below, let me know your experiences. Am I on point? Am I off a little bit? Let me know, because I'm open to learning about all of this as well. I'm just saying, in my 3.5, almost 4 years of vaping, that has always been my experiences. You know, when full color displays and stuff like that became a huge hit in the vaping industry, you know, I jumped on board, but then I realized that, man, the battery life just sucks. So then I started going back to just standard displays, really simple mods, things of that nature. What are your experiences in any of this? Let me know in the comments below, guys. That's all I got, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.